Theatrical Shenanigans with.
Matthew Garlin.
Hello there, and welcome to our second episode of this sixth season of Theatrical Shenanigans. As always, I am Rachel Feeney Williams, all set and ready to take you through to listen to another wonderful play and chat with another fabulous guest. Speaking of which, my guest today is an award-winning Massachusetts-based playwright. He is the creator, writer, and plays Jimmy Henry in The Movie Critics, a web series. He also has many published works on Amazon.com in Kindle, large print, and paperback. As well as being a playwright himself, he also offers masterclasses to help young writers, and if that wasn't enough, he currently hosts his own podcast entitled Everything You Never Needed to Know About Movies, Music, and Theatre. So I'm thrilled he could take a break from all that to chat. Welcome, Matthew Garlin.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here. So, as always, we start at the very beginning. How did you get started in theatre?
I started as a wee child, very, very young. So my mom loved theater. Like she used to go back when theater in New York was like like $2 a ticket and all
Oh,
that. So
wow.
she saw some of the best, not realizing it. So she passed that love on to me. And when I was a kid, she was like, "Oh, there's this thing called Broadway Kids. Why don't you see if you like it?" And it was a 2 week session
Mm.
uh, at like a local theater. And what it was is that you learned to dance, you learned to sing, you learned to tell jokes. And so we would learn this number, music, dance, and what have you, and we would perform it in front of the audience. And then after that, we would, instead of just a voice coming over saying, no flash photography, no recording, blah, 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 it was us doing a rap. I wish I could remember the rap, but I do not remember the rap. That was kind of how it all began. And then I started doing shows in like middle school and then high school, and then I couldn't get enough of it. And so it just propelled from there.
But then you are also a playwright. Do you
Yes,
have any preferred subjects you like to write about or genres you choose to write in, or is it just a little bit of everything?
I tend to see, I don't really conceptualize my stuff as like it's a comedy or a drama. I don't think I do either in particularly well, so they just seep into each other.
Right.
Um, I don't, and I tend to I come from the world, like I said, of Stephen Sondheim, and actually corresponded with him for a little bit when I was in college. I,
Wow.
I was very, very lucky that he was at least interested in stuff. Like he actually read a couple of my early plays and gave me some feedback and what I like. I still have it framed somewhere, but it was amazing to at least in writing kind of know the dude.
That's one
Um,
hell of a pen pal.
yeah. So I come from the student of what are you trying to say? What is
Mm,
the purpose of this? I
mm,
think purposely, I think too many young writers and young people don't spend enough time wondering what you're trying to say and what is the purpose of this? And also, what medium is it?
mm,
There's actually a three rule element that Sondheim believes in. It's less is more, attention's in the details. And then the third one is content dictates form.
mm,
And I think not enough young writers spend enough time in that realm because you can look at something and you can start writing it, but if it doesn't conform to what it should,
mm,
then you're just wasting your time,
mm,
which is awful to think, but you have to kind of think through it. So for me, I always go with an outline. I always think things through of like, does this sing? Does this deserve to be spoken? Is there too much narrative? Is there too much backstory that I should write it as a book? Is there too much visual stuff? Should it be a screenplay? So I always, and also the idea of especially like a musical, why should this be a musical? What is
mm,
so integral to the story that music is intentional? So I tend to always look at things. Why does it? I don't sit there and think, why does this interest me? I look at something and say, this interests me. I'm going to explore it, and then I'm going to figure out how to tell this particular story. And through that process, that's kind of what I go. So I don't have, I don't really have a style because I
mm,
usually just go into it with that mentality. So there are times when I've thought of things. I have a list of ideas and subjects I want to
mm.
do. but it takes forever to get to that moment.
Mm.
It gets forever to find that through line of, and also the through line of what can I say about this thing? You have to find a through line. You have to find what you want to say about it.
But then you also offer classes in the ways of playwriting. What
I
made
do.
you decide that was something you wanted to explore and do?
So again, it's a matter of there are too many people out there who think that they're being helpful to young writers,
Mm,
and they're not. Too many times have I walked into classrooms where a playwright stands there, like a teacher stands there and pretends to be the smartest person in the room.
mm,
It's and I've also been in the classrooms where the teacher is so humble and so like I just want you guys like who wants you to do your best and wants to teach you the elements. Um and when I met those people, I found them fascinating and they said to me, they said, "You've written a ton of work.
mm,
You need to give back." And I started realizing that's the case. And not for nothing, I'm also 14 years sober, and so part of that is also giving back to the help that you got, you give
mm,
to the next person, and it goes on and on and on. So
yeah.
for me, it was an instant of like, if someone is there to ask me, how can I make this work? Or how do I be a playwright? How can I be a writer? I'm going to say, well, if you're interested, let's sit down and I will tell you everything you need to know. Or I will go through your play and I'll tell you everything that's wrong with it. I'll tell
Mm,
you everything. None of it will be um, my personal opinion. It will be logic. Because
mm,
that's the thing that people don't realize is that too many playwrights spend all their time going, well, I don't like this, or I don't like this. It's okay to not like something, but you have to be smart with criticism. Anytime I read something or I watch something, the first question I usually ask to the playwright is, what are you trying to say?
mm,
And if they cannot answer that, then they have not properly written the play.
mm,
It may be a good idea, there might be great elements in it, but you have to start with the structure. You have to start with the boring stuff. You have to
mm,
know where you're going. You need to have a firm structure on everything. And that is the part that I really instill to my students of the fact that if you don't have structure, then all you're doing is writing vignettes. And so when I talk to students, that was the whole thing that I was starting to see too many people giving their opinion, and it wasn't an opinion, it was an objectivity. You have to be subjective to it.
mm,
You have to say, okay, if A is doing this and this is the obstacle, what's the fall through, what's the through line, what's the
yeah.
elements? Because then I'm coming to them as their first almost critic, but I'm coming to them saying, I'm an audience member and I need to understand. And
Mm,
I don't think enough people realize that an audience has to understand. And they don't take into account live theater because there's so much that goes into live theater. You can have this long monologue that just goes on and on and on, but if it doesn't relate to an audience and doesn't pick up to an audience, then you're just writing, all work and no fun makes Jack a dull boy.
But then if that wasn't enough and you weren't busy enough as it was, you also host your own podcast.
I
What,
do. I do.
where did that stem from?
The pandemic, I was bored.
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
honest. When the pandemic hit, I had actually started to take a break because we were just about to have my son, who's almost 6 now, if that's believable. And from time to time, I found myself with time on my hands surprisingly enough during the pandemic. And I was like, I want to do something. And I started listening to certain podcasts where they were just talking. They were just, shooting the shit. And I was like, well, I can do that. I don't mind talking for umpteen hours. So I just started, you know, talking about different subjects. So like the first one I think was Les Mis, and so I just started talking about Les Mis, and I was like, oh, this is the history of that I know. Here's the thing I like. Here's the thing I kind of could do without. Blah blah. And then it just grew from there because then people started listening to it, my friends mostly, and they were like, oh, could we talk? You should talk about this. I said, well, do you want to come on and talk about it? And they're like, sure. So I started getting guests, and then that then led into more guests, and then that led into film and theater reviewing. I
Hmm.
started doing that more and more. And then it went into reading. It was just a matter of just filling in time and just coming up with different things and chatting with people. And it was great because Zoom allowed you to record, and so I would just basically record. And for a while I edited, and then I was like, I don't feel like editing, so I just throw it up there. So it was like you hung out with a friend, you talked about something, because that's all my friends and I always talk about is just, a subject. Like we'll watch a movie and then we'll just talk about it for an hour. And then you just throw it up. So that was kind of the beginning of it. So yeah, that's everything you'd ever need to know about movies, music, and theater.
Yeah, and lastly, before we hear our play for this episode, do you have a standout moment from your time in the world of theatre that makes you think, yeah, this is why I do this?
Yeah, I that's a good question. I have had two really amazing experiences in my career, I will say. One was right before I went on my break before my son was born. I directed Enchanted April, and that was absolutely fantastic. It was a great cast, great theater, great everything, and it was probably the one of the easiest productions ever. There was not a lot of drama off stage. Everyone respected each other, everyone liked each other, and we all just got along. And it was so uncomplicated, and I was
Mm.
so happy that that was the last time. And for a while, I said, if I never direct another show again, I'm totally fine having this as my last show. But that Enchanted April was one of my favorite experiences, and I'm still friends with a lot of those people, because it just really was exciting. And then the other experience I had was it was probably the last really great theater experience I had was I directed Peter and the Starcatcher. And quintessentially, it was the last time I worked with my manager partner, Allie. It was the first time in a long time that it was just me, and it was my imagination, and it was my childhood, and it was everything. I threw everything I could. I had the show totally in my head. Like I knew where we were going, and I knew every moment, and I knew everything. It was like the closest up to a perfect director vision that I've ever had in my entire career. I've never had it before, and I've never had it since. So I'm okay with that being that moment. But that one was really, really good.
So, now we move on to talk about our playwright and play for this episode. The playwright for this episode is Darren Ingram, a very familiar name on Theatrical Shenanigans. He's appeared as a voice actor countless times, including playing the title role of Detective J.M. Barry in our four-part noir special, Faith, Trust, and. He also appeared as a panellist back in February 2024 and a guest in our latest season. Outside of his relationship with us, he's an award-winning Los Angeles-based playwright and proud Dramatist Guild member, and I'm utterly thrilled to be presenting his work today. Darren's play is entitled The Appointment, and in it we see a troubled teen and their state-mandated therapist meet for their daily session to discuss school, parents, running away, drug use, and growing independence. Theatrical Shenanigans presents The Appointment by Darren Ingram.
Come on. Just send, damn it. Come on. Why can't I get any goddamn signal in this place? Finally. Because that's not what I said. Oh, come on.
Good evening, Skylar.
Hey, Dr. Simon. You in the bathroom or something?
Nope, I was right here.
What? Why didn't you open the door?
I was simply following your lead. You chose to make me wait by showing up late, so I chose to show you the same courtesy.
Really? Whatever. Can I come in or what?
Of course. Feet, please. Thank you. I'll remind you that you are mandated.
I know what I'm mandated to do. You don't have to remind me every time.
That you are mandated by the state to spend no less than 30 minutes per day in therapy. Since you arrived 4 minutes late, I'll mark the end time accordingly.
Sure. Great. Whatever.
Excellent. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, anything new today? You seemed pretty agitated when you came in.
Yeah, because you didn't answer the door. Were you trying to piss me off?
A little bit, sure.
Seriously? What the fuck does that accomplish?
Isn't that why you're here?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah.
Right. Then we're off to a good start.
I only hate you a little.
I know. So, besides having to wait a few extra seconds at the door, what's got you so fired up today?
It's stupid. You wouldn't get it.
Okay, fine. Someone in my group chat added this new girl from school, right? And I said, great, now we have strangers in our safe space. You know, obviously joking. And then everyone got all offended, even though I told them I was kidding. And now they're telling me to apologize to this girl who I don't even know. But even when I write sorry about that, I was just making a joke. No one believes me. And some of them are now talking about starting a new chat without me in it. Like I fucking created this group. Well, me and a couple other people, but still.
Can I see it?
What?
The chat.
There's a lot of stuff on here.
I don't mind.
Some of it is personal.
Okay. Do you want me to read the parts that aren't personal?
I mean,
Looks like a lot was said.
yeah, well, like I said, they were all ganging up on me.
That's not very fair.
Right?
And you already apologized, so what do they have to be upset about?
Exactly.
They're just blowing this out of proportion.
That's what I said.
Unless
Unless what?
there's more to the story.
There isn't.
Okay, great.
There isn't.
I'm glad.
Oh, why are you always like this?
Like what?
This! It's like you think I don't know what you're doing.
What am I doing?
Acting like you're on my side when you really aren't. That's so unfair, Skylar. You can trust me because I understand you. It's total bullshit.
Well, you're right about one thing. I am on your side. But that doesn't mean I will always take your side, especially when it feels like you're not giving me the whole story.
I am, though.
Okay. For argument's sake, let's assume I have all of the information. You have a group chat. Bunch of friends in there. You make a joke, no one thinks it's funny, you apologize, and now everyone hates you. That sum it up?
Yeah.
If you're me, would you think you're missing something in that story? What was the first thing I asked of you when we started working together?
Don't be late.
Okay, sure. What was the second thing?
Own your shit.
I mean, I didn't say it exactly like that, but close enough. Let's go with own your shit. What does that mean to you?
Don't make excuses or hide behind lies and stuff. But
That's right. So in this group chat situation, are you owning your shit?
yes. Mostly.
Mostly?
Well, there's some shit in there that I didn't tell you, but it's pretty much all of it.
What kind of shit?
What?
What kind of shit is in there that you didn't tell me?
Like I said, it's personal shit.
Personal to them or personal to you?
Both, I guess?
Okay. How about we only talk about your personal shit?
Well,
That's kind of why we're here, right?
alright, you got me there.
How about reading to me only the things you wrote in the chat?
Yeah, okay.
But don't skip anything, okay?
Sure. Okay. Right. So, who added Becky? Not okay. This is supposed to be private. Well, that's fucking stupid. Great, a stalker in our safe space. Better not find her outside my window in the middle of the night. I'm just joking. Whatever. That's not what I meant. Go ahead. Tell him. Don't make threats you can't back up. Because I don't. No, I wasn't. Fuck you. I wasn't. You'd know if I was. Because I'd be teabagging your corpse? No, I said if. I didn't say that. Fuck you. I started this group. Okay, whatever. Because I didn't fucking say that.
Is that it?
Yeah.
So?
So what?
So there might have been more in that than what I told you.
Maybe a little.
Maybe a lot.
Maybe a lot. Hearing yourself reading it out loud, did it sound differently to you than how it felt when you wrote it? Or how you told it to me?
Yeah,
What did it sound like to you?
like I was being a dick.
Was that what you wanted?
No, but I just got so angry, you know? Like when people deliberately try to fuck with me.
Like making someone knock on the door a few times instead of opening it?
Yeah, like that.
Skylar, when you were first sent to me a few weeks ago, it was because you did some pretty destructive things that got you in trouble with the law. Now, before you get too grumpy about it, my job is not to worry about what you did or did not do, any more than it is my job to tell you what to write in a group chat. I just want to help you figure out what is causing all of your anger and frustration so it doesn't bite you again. At the very least, work with you on tools to identify when you're feeling a certain way and redirect those feelings to more positive outcomes.
That was a lot of fucking words.
Occupational hazard. Therapists listen most of the day, so when we get a chance to speak, it's a little vomitus eruptus.
Gross.
This from the teabagger of corpses.
Too much?
Maybe a little.
Right. What do you think I should do?
Oh, I don't claim any expertise when it comes to the seedy underbelly of teen chat rooms, but I do know that most people respond well to a genuine apology.
Okay, fine. Think that'd work on the judge?
You set off fireworks in the principal's SUV. Pretty sure that ship has sailed.
Hey, no one got hurt.
Was that on purpose?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part. I wouldn't have been crushed if the principal was in the SUV when it happened.
And this is why we're here. Tell me your thoughts on what to write next in the chat.
I take it back about the teabagging?
Yeah, no. Try again.
Fine. This is hard.
Okay. Imagine you're Becky, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Imagine you're Becky reading this for the first time.
Ouch.
Yep. So you're Becky. You get added to a chat group. You're probably excited to be included in something. And then someone in the group calls you a stalker and threatens...
I didn't!
Threatens the group because you were added. This person is also the one who blew up the principal's SUV.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of apology do you think you, Becky, would need from this person to feel safe in this safe space?
Oh, shit.
Hmm.
But you don't know this girl. She's ridiculous. Okay, this one time I was eating my lunch by myself, and she just sits down and starts telling me all about her horrible back knee. Like it's hard enough to choke down leftover cafeteria food without Toad Girl describing the pop distance of the pustules on her back.
Your apology?
I know. Give me a sec.
Maybe start with, please forgive me for...
Ew. What am I, 50?
In your words, then.
Okay, fine. Hey, Becky. So, I suck and stuff. Sorry about that.
It's a start. Is Becky the only person you need to apologize to?
Oh my god! You want me to apologize to everyone? Whatever. Hey, Becky and everyone. So, I suck and stuff. Sorry about that. Is that good?
You tell me.
Ah! This is impossible!
Need a moment to think about it?
No, I don't need a moment to think about it any more than I need to apologize or ask for forgiveness. Because no matter what I say, it doesn't matter.
Why?
Because they all fucking hate me.
Who does?
Everyone! The kids at school, the teachers, that fucking principal, my mom, everybody.
Does Becky hate you?
What?
I'm just thinking that someone who would share something as personal as back knee must like you a little bit, right?
Oh my god. I hate you so much right now.
Good. Then we're finally getting somewhere.
I mean, yes, she probably likes me. But she's so clingy and needy and just won't shut up.
Tell me about her.
Okay. So, first day of school, right? A bunch of us who always hang out together are in the quad, and she just walks up like, "Hi, I'm Becky. I'm new here." Like, seriously?
The nerve.
And then she wouldn't go away. Every single day. "Hi, friends." Oh, we're not friends. You don't even know me.
Whose fault is that?
Hey, I didn't invite her into the group. Why should I open up to her?
Right, because then you'd have to call her a friend.
Right.
And that would suck.
Exactly. I know what you're doing, by the way.
What am I doing?
The whole reverse psychology thing? I do it all the time, so it won't work on me.
Oh, good. Should we mix it up then? Maybe some radical candor instead? Oh, come on, let's. I'll start. You wish you could be Becky.
What?
Innocent, trusting, positive, and blissfully unaware of the cruelties of life. You wish you could live like that. But since you believe you can't, you try to destroy those qualities in her while poisoning the image of her to everyone else in case they start wondering if they too can dare to be happy.
I don't like radical candor.
Sucks, right?
Brutal.
But
You're probably right.
probably.
Okay, let's pretend you're right. Then what? I'm just supposed to pretend to be happy?
That's not...
Because I'm not. And I don't need that little bitch reminding me all the time. You know she drives a brand new BMW? It's true. Her daddy gave it to her for her sweet 16. You know what my dad gave me on my 16th birthday? Fucking last month's child support. Which is way better than what he used to give me before my mom kicked him out. Not like my mom got me anything either. That child support went into whatever vein hasn't collapsed yet, and besides, she's too busy blowing dudes behind the bar for a dime bag to remember something as trivial as my fucking birthday.
When was your birthday?
It's in my file. Couple of months ago.
Happy belated birthday.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
You're stupid.
I know.
It's just not fair.
That's true.
No, really. I tried to be like her. I did, long before she came to the school. I tried to separate my home life from my school life and just be happy at school. And it worked. For a couple of days. But I'd have to come home eventually. And it made my home life feel that much worse. So I just stayed at school.
All night?
Yeah, there's a cubby in the band room that most people don't know about. So I slept there. The gym has showers and most of the windows have those little turn locks, so it was easy to get in and out.
How long were you doing this?
Long time. A few months.
Wow.
Yeah, until Mr. Pittman caught me.
The principal?
Yeah. Asshole.
So that's why.
Yep.
Don't you think you overreacted a bit?
You don't understand. It's not like I was hurting anyone. I just needed a place to crash away from my house.
What happened when he caught you?
Caught me? You make it sound like I was breaking and entering or something. I'm kidding.
So?
So I got a little sloppy. Probably because I hadn't been caught yet. Not even a close call, really. It was a Sunday evening, which is usually when I can wander a bit because not even the janitor is at school on Sundays. So I'm walking around in the science building. You know, because they have some pretty cool shit in biology lab. And I hear someone doing the, "Hello, someone in here?" thing down the hall. I figured I can't turn off the lights because that would totally give me away. But there really isn't anywhere to hide in that room, which is probably some sort of violation, right? Because, you know, active shooter drills. Anyway, I tried to stand behind a cabinet, but the asshole did a full room check and found me. He was super pissed.
I'll bet.
Whatever. He said I was breaking a bunch of school laws or some shit, and that I was looking at detention or suspension. I said, go ahead, fucking suspend me. It's not like I'm learning anything here anyways. So he did.
Surprising.
You're not funny.
I am to some.
Mostly older people, huh?
Yeah, I'm big with the retiree crowd. Is that why you bombed his car? Because he wouldn't let you stay at the school illegally?
Ugh, when you say it like that, it sounds bad. But you weren't there. He was awful.
Did he touch you?
Well, no.
Did he curse at you or degrade you in any way?
No.
Do you think he was wrong in asking you to leave?
No, but that's not the point.
Okay, help me understand.
I needed to be there. I had nowhere else to go.
Except home.
Exactly.
Did you tell him that?
Yes, and he didn't care.
You told him of your mother's alleged drug use?
No. Who fucking says that to someone you don't know?
So what did you tell him?
Just that I couldn't go home, okay? But he didn't even try to understand. He just said, well, you can't stay here, and then kicked me out.
What did you expect him to do?
Fucking give a shit? He's supposed to care about us. About me. He's supposed to keep me safe. But instead, he just sent me back there. And he told my mom what I was doing, so she was pissed too. Probably because she thought she'd be fined or some shit.
Wait, your mother didn't know you were doing this?
Of course not. She works late nights at the bar and passes out when she gets home. Besides, she's fucking oblivious, even when she's not high.
How many months were you at it again?
I don't know, 3 or 4 at least. What are you doing?
Looking for a phone number.
You're not calling child services, are you? Because I'm not going to foster care. I've heard stories of kids who have it a lot worse than I do.
No, not CPS. I have a friend who might be able to help.
What? Are you in like the mafia or something? I knows the guy.
Not that kind of friend, but I do knows a guy as well.
I bet you do. Who are you looking for? Also, don't you have a smartphone? I mean, Post-its? Really?
I have an acute loathing for smartphones. Outside of how impersonal everyone has gotten, it ruins the posture. And I'm looking for someone who has expertise. Ah, here it is.
Here is what?
A gentleman I've reached out to before. Let's just say he specializes in challenges such as yours.
Just so you know, my mom does not have any life insurance. I already thought of that. Kidding! Sort of.
This man helps people like yourself with their specific situation. Sometimes by giving them a paying job, housing, that sort of thing. In your case, he might be able to help you understand your legal options. Shall I reach out to him?
Let me think about it. Wait, what do you mean my legal options?
Skylar, you're not yet a legal adult. As you've said, you don't want to join the foster care system, and I would prefer that you not become a runaway.
Aw, Dr. Simon, I didn't know you cared.
So maybe there's an opportunity for you to become emancipated from your mother, live on your own, legally.
But I don't have a job.
True. My friend can help you with that.
But I go to school full time.
Not at the moment, but soon, yes. There are plenty of jobs after school hours and on weekends.
I can't live on my own.
You already have, haven't you?
What?
Just a little bit ago, you said you'd been living at school for 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, but I didn't have to pay for anything.
How did you get food?
I'd run by my house after school. I'd either eat there or bring some snacks with me or just package up a bunch of stuff and go.
So your mom would always have food in the house?
Yeah, that's like her only job.
Doesn't she work during the day and most nights?
Well, yeah, but as a waitress, that's not a real job.
I see. And the drugs? You say she's high all the time?
All the fucking time.
Even at work?
Probably.
Have you seen her taking drugs?
Well, no, but anytime she's home, she sleeps. And I do see her taking medication. Pretty sure she didn't get it from a doctor.
Cyclobenzaprine, to be exact.
I'm sorry, what?
Cyclobenzaprine. For her back spasms. She gets back spasms from being on her feet all the time. Most common side effect is drowsiness.
Wait, how the fuck do you know that? Did you prescribe them to her?
Oh, no, not my specialty. But she mentioned it during one of our talks. She said I could talk about it with you if you seemed worried.
During one of your talks? During one of your talks? How many talks have you had?
Counting today, one more than you and I have.
What the fuck? Why didn't you tell me?
I don't make it a habit to talk to patients about other patients. It's the whole confidentiality thing. Besides, she made it clear that she didn't want you to know until today.
So you've been fucking spying on me or her?
Oh no, she knows nothing of what we say. Again, confidentiality. She just knows we have sessions and scheduled hers accordingly.
I don't understand. She's at work during the day.
She takes an extended break to see me and works later hours to make up for it.
This is fucking crazy. Why tell me now? And why you?
I asked her if she wanted to do a joint session, but she thought you'd object.
Huh, damn right.
And since you two are never home at the same time,
Whose fault is that?
she asked if I would bridge the conversation. If it's easier, I can invite her to our sessions. Or you can say the heck with her and we can reach out to my friend.
What would we even talk about?
Oh, how to obtain and retain a job, where to find low-income housing, etc.
I meant with my mom, smartass.
Up to you. It's your session.
Fine. Bring my mom for the next one. But if she starts with her shit, we're done.
Noted. No shitting by your mother.
Oh my god, you're so stupid.
Likewise. Now, back to Becky.
Oh! Thank God. See you tomorrow, Doc.
With your mother.
Yep, good talk.
A fabulous example of fly on the wall theatre there. That was Isolde Trachtenberg as Dr. Simon and Hannah de Freitas as Skylar in The Appointment by Darren Ingram. I think, what did you think?
I loved it. I really did. You know, therapy sessions are always great to do for dramatic tension and dramatic moments. So Darren definitely picked a great subject, and the execution was spot on. If this was performed, you know, on stage, I could see the audience absolutely loving it.
I love the way that you almost unpack Skylar's character as the play goes on, because you start out with the assumption that she is just a troubled young person who has been forced into therapy by the justice system, and then you discover more and more about her to the point where I kind of felt bad about thinking at the beginning, oh, she's just, you know, she's just in trouble. She's just a troubled person. And then you get to a certain point, you think, oh, no, there's big old reasons for why this situation has arisen for itself.
I think Darren did a really smart thing. I thought the characters were very well written, so that the actors have somewhere to go, but they have like almost a caricature to start with, so that the audience can immediately know the dynamic, because that's the other thing. It's a dynamic of it all.
Yeah. And it's Skylar obviously puts up these walls for the various reasons that we discover. But she doesn't just do it to Dr. Simon. She obviously does it to her friends as well. So you know,
she does it to everyone.
Yeah,
she does it to everyone.
She always struck me as a character who doesn't deal with change well. So obviously this girl being brought into their like WhatsApp group jarred something in her, and rather than actually expressing it in a healthy way, she puts up walls, she gets aggressive, and then, you know, shuts down. And I think that's why Dr. Simon's such an incredible character, because she never lets up. She never just accepts that, you know, okay, the wall's there, I'm just gonna deal with what I can on this side of the wall. It's like, no, I'm going through the wall to the other side. Whether Skylar likes it or not.
No, and I everyone, I think, who listens to this, and you know, if this goes on, who sees it, I think everyone will want a therapist or someone, at least on the other side, to talk like Dr. Simon to her. I to them. I wish, I mean, I love my therapist, but I wish my therapist was this person. But I think it's also part of the drama, because the other thing about drama is that you need to have, there needs to be a goal. There needs to be some sort of you know, accomplishment on both sides, on both characters, especially when you got a two-hander as like this. Dr. Simon needs to get to the root of the cause. Skylar wants to tell her truth. Those are their two linear stories. Those are their two elements. Now, the conflict is each other, which is quite lovely and quite fascinating, and why this works so well, because you need to have some sort of conflict to get to that. And so the conflict is just the two of these people butting heads. And almost, if anyone has seen Frost Nixon, it's a very almost like boxing match kind of pitter patter that these characters go through, and that's why I think I like it personally.
Yeah, it's a verbal sparring between the two.
It's verbal sparring to the best of it. Yeah.
And what I do really like is the fact that the way it's been left, you can go both ways. You can either just leave it as it is, and that's it, and that's the end, and that's absolutely fine. But there is still room to see more, because we know now the mother's coming in at some point. We know Skylar's court mandated therapy is not finished. So if Darren was so inclined, there are more conversations to be had.
Yeah. Well, I will say, for my honest opinion, I don't like endings because I don't personally think, because I think, again, student of Sondheim, there is no such thing as endings. Things just keep going on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
So what you're seeing in a play, short play, long play, whatever, is a moment in the person's history.
Yeah.
The character existed before they came on stage and before the audience saw them. And they'll exist after the audience leaves. I personally don't think endings work. I don't think if you tie it up with a neat bow, I think you're disappointing the audience, and I think you're cheating the audience. I think what you're seeing is a moment in time, a chapter in this person's history. Most likely Skylar's coming back to therapy several more times. Most likely she's coming with her mom, and most likely they're going to delve into more stuff, but you don't get to see that because the character has reached a moment at the end. The idea is that the character is one way at the very beginning of a play, and at the very end they are different. And the same with Dr. Simon. Dr. Simon does not get out unscathed or unscarred. He goes through a change and is changed by the experience. That's life. That's how life works. So these characters are not just going to like walk off in the sunset and everything's okay. There's going to be more. We don't get to see that unless Darren wants to do a longer piece about, expand it into a full play.
All the therapy.
The therapy sessions, what I mean? So,
and going back to what you said about being done live, I think there's an incredible amount of flexibility to it, because obviously the set itself is very simple. It's a therapist office. I imagine if it was going to be live on a stage, it would be a very small and very intimate space, because you want to feel like you're close to these characters physically as well as emotionally, which you get through the words.
And for me personally, if I was directing this, I would make it in the round, put the audience around and put them dead center. Put them right in the middle of the action, so that when Skylar is yelling, and even if Skylar doesn't look at Dr. Simon, Skylar's looking at the audience and just crushing our hearts. And that's what you want. You want that element.
Okay, we are almost out of time. Matthew, your final thoughts on the piece as a whole?
Again, I think it's wonderful. I think if Darren keeps writing this way and because clearly Darren has that talent of being able to have a strong structure and strong understanding of character, which is very hard. You'd think for writers that it's really easy to do that, but it's very hard, and it's very hard to get into your characters. I think Darren definitely has a long career ahead of them. I think if they keep writing like this, and they keep writing subjects that clearly they have an understanding of and they have a passion for, I think they're going to have an incredible longevity of a career. I'd be very interested to see this. So, yeah.
Yeah, completely agree. Okay, sadly, we are out of time. Matthew, thank you so much for joining me and discussing this amazing play.
Yes, no, thank you for having me.
And that is sadly all the time we have in this episode of Theatrical Shenanigans. As always, I've had great fun listening to our play and chatting with Matthew. If you've enjoyed today's episode, or indeed any episode that you've heard on Theatrical Shenanigans, then make sure you tell us so with a like, follow, share or comment. Or if you feel so inclined, you can treat us to a pre-show cocktail on our Buy Me a Coffee page. We will of course be back in 2 weeks with another brand new play and guest, so I hope you can join us then. But in the meantime though, I've been Rachel Feeney Williams, this is Theatrical Shenanigans, bringing down the curtain and saying, I hope you can join us next time. Theatrical Shenanigans is part of an RFW Scripts production, found on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts and Podbean. Theme music is written and produced by Chris Cody.